Niseko, Japan is one of the top ski destinations in the world. In today's video, we'll be exploring the Park Hyatt Niseko, which is one of the best ski in ski out resorts I've been to, and we'll go over the hotel, the amenities, the restaurants, and what it's like to ski or snowboard here. It's crazy. It's blizzarding so much. How are we supposed to live, laugh, ski in these conditions? Big favor before we dive in, like and subscribe if you're interested in travel and content like this. In order to get to Niseko, I first flew into Tokyo, then flew from Tokyo to Sapporo. From the new Chitose airport, it's about 2 to 2.5 hours to get to Niseko. I met up with my brother and Mandy at the airport where we took the Park Hyatt airport shuttle bus. If you have Hyatt Globalist status, it includes 2 complimentary adult seats, otherwise there's a charge of 12,600 yen per person one way, so about $83 US. The only negative is that the bus is during the daytime, so you basically lose a day. If your hotel doesn't have a shuttle bus or you're staying in an Airbnb, there are other options. You can rent a car and drive over, or you can take the JR train from Sapporo to Kachin Station, which is approximately 3 hours with a train transfer at Otaru Station. Or you can take a ski bus, which takes about 2.5 hours and goes directly to Niseko. The ski buses are pretty affordable at 5,000 yen one way, so around $33 US, and that includes a one-day ski pass, so it's actually a great deal. If you take the Park Hyatt bus, you'll meet right at the arrivals area of the airport, and there will be someone with a sign. This shuttle bus is probably the fanciest bus I've ever been on. It's a 2-1 configuration and very spacious, especially since there were only 9 of us on the bus. The seats recline pretty far back and you could definitely take a nap. The leather seats are super comfortable and they're not scuffed up at all. I feel like most buses usually have fabric seats and they aren't in the best conditions. There's lots of legroom and I like that there's a little footrest as well. There's also lots of space in between the 2-seater spots, so you're not attached directly to the seat beside you, which is really nice. There's free Wi-Fi on the bus and we also got a complimentary bottle of water. There's a tray table hidden under the right armrest, and there's a little lever for the leg rest. There's even a little light, but I'm not sure how effective that is. On the other side of the seat, there are some controls for programming and volume, which I'm not sure what that's for. Not much of a view for most of the drive, but a few glimpses of the mountains and lake. About 2 hours into the drive, we stopped at a rest stop, which is called Mushroom Kingdom. There are some vending machines outside with drinks. It's a pretty big rest stop. Inside you'll find souvenirs, little knickknacks, and even toys like stuffed animals. There's tons of snacks, drinks, and a few food court style options like noodles and curry and a seating area. There's also some Hokkaido sweets and cakes. It's nearing the end of the day, so probably not the best representation of the bread selection. The rest of the drive went by pretty quickly. When we got to the hotel, I was immediately taken back by the beauty of the property. It's styled cleanly while still showcasing modern luxury with some traditional Japanese elements and refined picturesque ski lodge vibes. They gave us some tea while we checked in. We had booked the standard room, but we actually got upgraded to a 1-bedroom suite. This is what the standard room looks like. They let us use this room for 3 hours on our last day when we asked for late checkout, but our suite was booked. The main differences being that the dining and living areas are in one room, there's a door to the connecting room, and the washroom and closet layout are a little different. I actually prefer the bathroom in the standard room a lot more. The view is beautiful, but obviously the view will vary based on where your room is facing. Let's check out the king suite. This is how the room first looked with the living room couch setup. Now let's fast forward a couple of days. Good morning, we're at the Park Hyatt in Niseko. Let's do a room tour. Over here we have the living room area, which is where I slept. They converted the couch to a pull-out bed. The living room is pretty spacious with just the couch, but with the bed set up, there's obviously less room, just barely enough space for walking over here. There's a pretty big TV and there's also an air purifier. And I stored my luggage on the side here. If you have just 3 people, I would actually suggest keeping it as a couch and having them set up the sheets on the couch itself because the pull-out bed was not comfortable at all. It's not the most comfortable bed, it's a little lumpy. I slept on it for 2 nights and it's fine.
Be honest.
My back hurts. The pull-out bed was not comfortable at all. It was kind of lumpy and didn't provide much support. My back was super sore. Or maybe that was from skiing.
I guess we'll never know.
The suite might feel a bit crowded with 4 people, but with 3 people it was fine. Note that they do charge an extra 10,000 yen per night per person for the 3rd and 4th guest, so about $70 US per night per person. Continuing this way leads us to the dining room. Over here is the fridge where the milk is complimentary and everything else has an additional charge. And there's some of my leftover pizza. The milk is meant for the coffee and tea, but theoretically they would probably just keep refilling if you just drank it. They have some pop at the back and some beer on the side. Look how cute this little bear is. Oh, I don't think I should lift that. Up top is the mini bar with the price list. Down here is the complimentary water and the Nespresso machine. There's even a Japanese tea set. For tea, it's TWG, which is always good, and Nespresso pods for the coffee in the black box. Mostly empty other than the decaf, which no one drank. If you need any additional water, coffee, or other toiletries, you can scan this QR code and they'll deliver it to you. Over here is the dining table, which has also become a makeshift workstation as well, so you can get some work done. They also gave us a welcome gift of fruits that became moldy after 3 days. The fruits were perfectly ripe on the first day, but if you don't eat them within a day or two, they do go bad pretty quickly if you don't put it in the fridge. There's also a ski essentials kit. In the kit, there's a cloth that has a map of all the hills, but it doesn't have the lift or hill names. Whereas the map they give you in the lobby shows you the trail names. There's also a lanyard that says Park Hyatt Niseko. We also got these power bars that are made in Niseko. Not much of a view, it's just of the parking lot, but it's a good way to see how much snow there is. We've set up our equipment for charging over here, but up top there are some games like Uno and Jenga in this bag if you have kids or even adults that don't want to ski. Then through these doors you have the main bedroom. Right beside the bed there are some USB outlets and buttons for you to close the blinds or change the temperature of the suite. They said the bed was pretty comfortable. Let's see. Feels better than the pull-out couch. The TV is the same size as the one in the living room. Then over here you have the master washroom with a giant shower and bathtub. All the bath products are Le Labo Santal 33, which is one of my favorite scents. They provide the full range of bath products. The bathtub is pretty big and great for soaking in after a long day of skiing. There's 2 sinks as well as a light-up mirror for makeup. Or you can do your makeup without a light-up mirror.
The heck?
The walk-in closet is pretty big. We only stayed here for 3 nights, but if you're staying here for longer, then there's tons of storage. I think some people stay here for a few weeks or even a month. They also provide pajamas and a yukata, which is a casual bathrobe that you can wear around the property and to the onsen, but not to the restaurants. One thing that's really cool about the toilet is that it's motion censored, so the lid lifts up automatically. Is it weird to say that I like Japanese toilets? Alright, let's check out the entrance of the suite. This door loops us back to the living room. There's also a full bathroom here by the entrance with a shower but no bathtub. This is the washroom that I ended up using. All the Santal 33 products and bath products are provided here as well, so it's perfect if you have a player 3 or 4. They provide 2 sets of slippers, indoor slippers and outdoor slippers. The white slippers are the indoor slippers and are only to be worn within the room. The outdoor slippers are the gray harder slippers and they can be worn around the hotel, so to the ski valet, the onsen, and the spa facilities. And here there is the closet that is heated. Something that I thought was really cool was that they have a heated closet for your jackets and ski clothes. We were kind of worried that the closet would be too hot and that it might melt our stuff, but it was fine. There's also some storage space and drawers near the front door here where you can keep your helmets and gloves. Otherwise, you can also leave your helmets at your dedicated ski locker. Let's go check it out. The ski lockers and ski valet are located on the bottom floor. Every room gets their own dedicated ski locker for the duration of the stay, which is really convenient. There's plenty of space for skis, snowboards, and helmets, but it's a bit cramped for 3 people. The lockers have boot warmers where you put your boots, which is really nice. But my favorite aspect is the convenience of ski in and ski out. There's nothing better than taking off those ski boots and changing into slippers right after the slopes. The direct access to the hills makes the ski and ski out factor one of the key features of this property. It's not a full-on valet, but they do help you bring your gear outside when you're heading out, and they help you bring it back in when you come back. There's also a hot chocolate station made with melted chocolate and not just powder, so that's a nice treat after being outside in the cold. Just a brief overview of the skiing. The mountain is split into 4 sections: Anupuri, Niseko Village, Harafu, and Hanazono. The hills are all interconnected by the lifts at the top of the mountain. So you can get to the other areas by traversing over at the top. However, the traverse from one end to the other is a bit long and sometimes won't work if you lose speed. Due to the layout of the lifts, you don't want to be doing this more than 4 times a day, otherwise you'll lose valuable downhill time. The Park Hyatt is located at the foothills of the Hanazono side, where you also have the Edge restaurant and cafe and the 2 ski lifts. The skiing is split into 3 levels. Green is beginner, which is about 30% of the runs, red is intermediate, which is about 40% of the runs, and black is advanced, which is 30% of the runs. Japan is famously known for the powder skiing and also dubbed Japao. Niseko is very popular for backcountry off-piste skiing, so more advanced, but there are lots of out-of-bound areas that would be considered inbounds in North American resorts. The upper lifts that connect to the other sections of the mountain tend to be red or black hills, so you will need to be more advanced for, say, something like the pizza box lift, which is the scariest ski lift with no safety bar, no harness, and no ski rest. So hold on for dear life.
Oh my god.
This is the pizza box lift. I'm literally just on a little pizza box. There's no safety harness. It's kind of scary. It's shaking a bit, but it's cool.
Let me know in the comments if you would go on this pizza box ski lift. Niseko gates provide controlled access to the coveted backcountry powder, which comes with an inherent risk. And if you're really advanced, there's also a portion at the very top where you can hike up 20 minutes to the summit.
The ants.
Do keep an eye on the time, as the upper lifts can close a little earlier or close depending on the weather, so you may be stuck taking a bus like we did.
Because someone miscalculated the route. Not I. This is the bus stop?
In theory, the bus is great, but in reality, it sucked. The bus took a really long time to show up, and it took a really long time to get to Hanazono, so I would definitely avoid doing this next time. If you're a beginner, it's very family-friendly and beginner-friendly at the base of the hills. You likely won't need an all-mountain pass, as Harafu and Hanazono have more than enough. Something I thought was really cool was that some of the ski lifts had covers, which I personally haven't experienced before, so I was fascinated. There is a ski lift with a chair cover, so it keeps you nice and toasty. I don't think it's heated, but the wind isn't getting in, so it's not chilly. I haven't seen this in Europe or North America, so this is really interesting for Japan, and I love it. Let me know in the comments if you've seen this before and where. When you're done skiing, the Hyatt does have these machines to blow the snow out of your skis. There's a machine where you can purchase your lift tickets, or you can purchase it online and scan the QR code to redeem the ticket here. For a one-day lift ticket, it's 10,500 yen, so about $68 US. For a 5-day lift ticket, it's 50,000 yen, so about $330 US. That's much more affordable than North American prices. There's also a ski shop on the property if you need to purchase gear or equipment. They provide rentals here as well. Let me know in the comments if you want me to dive deeper into the skiing aspect of Niseko. In terms of amenities, there's lots of options to relax after a long day on the hills. There's a public onsen separated by gender, but it does get pretty busy in the afternoons and evenings. The best time to go would probably be during the daytime or late at night before it closes. There are also hot tubs in the pool area if you didn't want to be completely naked. The pool itself is really nice as well and great for swimming laps. The pool was surprisingly not that busy when I went, and the onsen was busier. There's a 24-hour gym that's got a decent amount of equipment and weights. Other than that, the hotel is pretty big and has plenty of areas to explore and hang out. Harafu is the main ski town where you'll find more lively bars, restaurants, and shops. The food in Harafu is slightly more affordable. In addition to restaurants and bars, there's a food truck area where you can find Indian food, gyozas, burgers, pizza, ramen, and sushi. If you do want to head into Harafu, the hotel has a shuttle which is pretty convenient but can get full. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes on the shuttle. In Hanazono, there's the Edge restaurant and cafe, but other than that, there aren't that many food options except the hotel, which is mostly at a premium since it is a ski resort.
The Edge restaurant is famous for the crab ramen. Let's go have a try.
The Edge restaurant is located at the base of the Hanazono lift and serves an assortment of ramen, katsu, curry, burgers, and pasta. Within the hotel, the lounge restaurant is located near the lobby for international and Hokkaido cuisine. China Kitchen is the Chinese restaurant, Robata is the restaurant serving grilled food, Olivio is the Italian restaurant serving mostly pasta and pizza, thin crust pizza, not bad. Teppan is the teppanyaki restaurant, which is Japanese and French inspired. Molière Montagne is the French restaurant with chef Hiroshi Nakamichi, who has won 3 Michelin stars at his other restaurants. Sushi Mitsukawa is the third outpost of 1 Michelin star chef Koji Mitsukawa with Edo-style sushi. You can also head over to the bar for a snack or nightcap, where the drinks are pretty reasonably priced for a ski resort. The breakfast buffet offers an extensive spread of Western and Japanese food. So that includes your standard American breakfast of eggs and bacon, but there's also fresh seafood and sashimi, lots of fruits, Chinese food, dim sum, and the famous pastries and croissants. They've curated a lot of Hokkaido produce, and there's a good selection of Hokkaido cheese. Definitely give the cheese a try, as Hokkaido is known for their dairy products. The view of the mountain during breakfast is so beautiful and magical. If you have Hyatt Globalist status, you do get complimentary breakfast for 2 people. If you don't have status, or if you're player 3, aka me, there is a 4,000 yen charge per person for the breakfast add-on, so about $26 US. In my opinion, the breakfast is definitely worth it, especially to fuel up before hitting the slopes. Ultimately, this is a fantastic property and maybe one of the best Hyatts in the world. Definitely the best Hyatt I've stayed at. The property is very modern, in a like-new condition, and has a great hard product and amenities. It's an amazing ski and ski out hotel, and I think Hanazono is among the best for slopes in Niseko. It's great for all levels, whether you're a beginner just learning or an expert looking to do off-piste skiing. Definitely worth the Hyatt points. The only negative, in my opinion, is that the Park Hyatt is more isolated and there's no village or town. And I wish that there was an outdoor portion of the onsen. If you want to see more travel content or are interested in content like this, be sure to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment if you would stay here. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.
Take 1.
Welcome to the Park Hyatt Niseko.
Rice flew off the table by itself. Can you help me? Tell me what to say. What is this? What is this called? It's upside down. Bunch of hangers that is good for hanging clothes. Here we have the living room. Ow!
Say therapy.
Do you know you have 30 minutes?
Richard.
Can you not be so close to my face?
There's a clip in there. I don't know what's going on here. Does this jacket make me look like an employee here?
Yeah.
So I shouldn't buy this, right?
No.
For $300?
No.